In today's video, we are celebrating Christmas because it is Christmas Day where I am right now. For the rest of the world, it will be tomorrow, but right now, when I release this video, it's going to be Christmas Day. So, Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a wonderful day when it comes around to you. So every year I like to do a little something different for Christmas, and I like to try and do a 3D piece and something also with moving parts, and this year was no exception. And also this year I'm going to include some little fun facts about Christmas that you may find unsettling. Christmas is supposed to be a happy time of the year and a so-called Christian holiday. Families get together, food and drinks are consumed, and presents are exchanged. But what if I told you that Christmas is not what it's been cracked up to be? Around Christmas, I always feel a buzz in the air, especially the day before on Christmas Eve. But the actual day of Christmas, I always tend to feel a little bit sad. And it doesn't seem to be my emotions that I am feeling. Now, Christmas Day can be a sad time for many people for many different reasons, such as loved ones not being around anymore, money stresses, and being alone with no one to spend it with. So, let's have a little look into Christmas, shall we? People have spoke about the Santa-Satan thing for years, likening Santa to Satan, and not to mention the anagram in the room, as he is red and black with bits of white, and Satan is interpreted as mostly red with bits of black, and both being jolly, and not to forget, both claiming the name Old Nick. But Santa and Saint Nick are actually not the same entity. This is often mistaken. Santa and Satan both have ties to greed because Christmas can evoke this in some people, and also money splurge that can bring on hard times in families stressing their budgets. Christmas is supposed to be about celebrating Christ. Even though I have never done this because I'm not religious, I just see it as a time for spending time with family and eating great food. But also you would see nativity scenes, the reindeers, but now it's all focused on Santa giving presents. All in red, yada yada yada. It's so commercialized now that the meaning is lost, and the powers that be, the elites, just want people to buy to fill their own pockets and separate us from the real meaning. And they have caused this on purpose. This then makes up the materialistic world that we are living in today. Some people even go as far to say that leaving milk and cookies out for Santa is a ritual that could be potentially summoning something. So imagine all those rituals happening all over the world. Maybe this creates an energy that something or someone feeds off of. Santa comes down the chimney into a fireplace where fire is created, and Satan is said to be living in the fires of hell. Both love children, not in that way, you sickos, both obsessed with naughty or nice, and both have slaves or minions that run around after them and do their biddings. Santa is conveniently placed at the North Pole, where it is hard, cold terrain, and it's harder for normal people to investigate what's going on out there. If you are a bit of a conspiracy theory rabbit holer, you may know that some mysterious mystical shit happens up there. So there are some conspiracies and urban legends and facts as well that I have found on the interwebs about Santa Claus and Christmas. Now, this is just what I have found. These are not my opinions. These are just what I have found out in the world, just letting you know what people have been saying about Christmas. Santa was actually a demon that would climb down the chimney and eat children. Apparently, he was eventually stopped and reformed by a saint. So to make up for the devastation of eating people's kids, he then gave gifts to them. The elf on the shelf, this little shitty looking viral sensation, has been bought by millions of people. But what if I told you that there was a conspiracy theory floating around that these little things have cameras in them and the CIA is spying on you? Now, how many of you are running to your elf on the shelf right now and cutting that thing open to see? Come on. I know there's at least one of you now that I've said that. The old creepy Krampus that was created in Germany, half human, half goat, is Santa's counterpart. He is designed to roam the streets at midnight on the 6th of December looking for bad and naughty kids to take back to the underworld to whip them with chains and bells. Now, an apparent fact on Christmas isn't actually a Christian holiday. It is now, but the origins go back to the ancient Roman pagans. It's called Saturnalia, and it was held in mid-December and honoured the agricultural god Saturn. They said that Saturn was identified as Cronus. Now, what does Cronus, aka Saturn, like to do? Devour children, especially his own. And I actually did a video on this particular painting about Saturn devouring his children. I don't know if you want to have a look at it. I'll leave a link up in the top right corner. But see how all the origins and information linked to Christmas never ends up pleasant. Very interesting. I find history, if you really go down a rabbit hole and look into some of these holidays, it really does have a really bad and really messed up history. But we celebrate it as a joyous time, but it's just laced with misery. And I'm not telling you this to ruin your spirit of Christmas. If you are happy at Christmas and you enjoy this time of year, enjoy it. It's cool. I enjoy it. I really do, because I get a couple of weeks off and my partner gets a couple of weeks off and I actually get to spend some time with him, which is really good. We get to eat wonderful food and just get to chill. And I get to see, lots of family and friends. So it is a good time in that respect. And if we just take it for what it is in that respect, it's all fine and dandy. But I just thought I would, enlighten you on the history of Santa and Christmas and this holiday that we have at the end of the year, which for us here in Australia is just the hottest time of the year. It is the worst. I honestly wish that we had snow and we had winter in Christmas here, but unfortunately we don't. So I really do not know what it's like to have a frosty, icy Christmas. Now, I do have a video on the 1st of January coming out. I'm not taking any time off my videos, so don't worry. If you were worried, you probably weren't. But if you were, there you go. So I'm just continuing on. And I'm hoping to sort of get my shit together in 2023 and try and put some more of my other art content out, which I spoke about in a previous video a couple of weeks ago. I'm trying to do better time management, because I'm pretty bad at organizing myself, and I'm trying to find a way to organize myself that is productive for me. When I do this, I will have I'm not opening up Thursdays permanently, but you will get the odd just normal horror art video on a Thursday with some of my other series that I have, such as the Monster Animal Mashups and the Stuff Happens series. I've put them to the back burner to try and just sort of launch my channel in a different direction, but I will always be doing that art stuff as well. I still want to do that as well. So just got to manage my time better. That's all I've got to do. So the illustration that I have done for this video today is a 3D, kind of 3D, but it's a moving one as well. And I decided to make this a sort of a Christmas card for my parents. And what's really funny about this is the fact that this particular creature that I've created, it's like half like cyborgy, like a Meccano type set thing, crossed with like mushed together with a creature that has some of its guts and gizzards like coming out the bottom of this thing that's been wrapped in like a Santa outfit. And yeah, it's just creepy, and my mum hates spiders, so this is going to remind her of spiders, and I actually find that quite hilarious. So that's going to make me laugh as soon as they open it and they have a look at it. Mum's gonna, first thing she's gonna say is, why the fuck did you make it look like a spider? And my reply is gonna be, because it freaks you out. But the only part I sort of wanted to move in this illustration is obviously just the little creature is got one of his little arms moving around, and it's sort of, he's putting the mask of Santa over, and you would have seen me at the beginning of this video. I got some tracing paper and traced where the face was and tried to line it up because I wanted the teeth and all that to line up with the mask. So when you put the mask back over, you see the little teeth of this creature, and it's just, that part of it really cracks me up. I found that quite hilarious. And yeah, so he puts it over and you see the little teeth, and then he lifts it up and then he's like, hello, this is me, this is what I really look like, haha, I've got my little mask on. Then he just moved the mask over and back and forth across his face, and that's all it is. Now, I actually had plans to make this thing a little bit more 3D. I meant to actually create the spider type cyborgy thing and actually cut all that out and then raise it. So that part was 3D, as well as his arm moving and the lettering. But I ended up just not doing that mainly because I forgot and I realized at the last minute. But that's all right. I just improvised and just went ahead with the little arm. And the lettering that I did at the bottom was actually a font that I've got in my Corel Draw program that I use to do all my digital art in, and piecing together all my stuff that I create. So I really liked that style with the letters inside like a jagged rectangle type dark box. So what I did was I printed all them out in the lettering that I wanted, and then I just hand drew all the pieces in a bigger size to fit across the bottom of the card, and I find it works. Like I liked it. It's something that appeals to me, and hopefully it will appeal to my parents. Now, if you're wondering what I use to make everything move, they are called paper fasteners. And I bought a packet of them, about 120 in a pack. They're 19mm ones. And basically, when I push them through, you just spread the little arms at the back. And if they're a bit too long, in my case they were, I just snip them off. So yeah, that's it. That's all I use. And it works so well to make things move. And you can even tighten it. If things are a little bit floppy, you can just spread the little arms a bit more to lock the thing in, or if you want them a bit more looser, you just don't tighten them, flatten them as much against the paper. So yeah, that's what I use, and I've been using these because like there's 120 in a pack. I'm not going to go through them in a hurry, but the last couple of years, anything that moves, I've been using these bad boys. Now, the card right now is gift wrapped up under my Christmas tree, which is just a black Christmas tree that has a throbbing red light that goes up the center, and it sort of like does this throbbing, pulsing type thing, because I wanted the Christmas tree to look demonic, as I always do. And then I've got red tinsel that sort of comes out from the bottom of it, which looks like blood. If I remember, I'll have a picture on the screen. If there is no picture, I have just bloody forgotten to put it into editing. And I've had that tree now since we've moved into this place, so this is our 3rd Christmas with that tree. So yeah, I like the tree. It's simple, it's creepy looking, I love it. So enough of me rambling. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day, and you do have a wonderful day when Christmas comes around. Eat lots of food, spend time with your family, just have a great time. Just get into a food coma, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm probably doing that right now as you see this video. But anyway, I am out of here, and I will see you guys in the new year, and stay safe. Bye.